Okay, so I typically use knee pads just to, not always, but for the most part, I do to protect the knees here. And of course, the first thing to do is unplug this. All right, so more to come. Okay, and the next thing I do is lift this out. It's gonna be hard to do with one hand while videoing, but I lift the whole contraption out and put it up here like so. Okay, I'm gonna clean this out and be back for the rest. Okay, so I will clean up more later, but basically this pops off. It snaps shut. Definitely snaps shut like that. If you don't snap it shut, it'll float away. So this pops off. And in order to remove this, you have to remove that first. Okay. And then this pops off. And then inside are these things. And these I clean up. They're like basically sponges. There's 3 of them. I'm about to clean those up. And I just bring this whole apparatus into the sink area. So there's a suction cup thing. Ooh, it gets kind of stuck at the bottom here. The motor has to be centered so that the, whoops. So this comes out, I just put this off to the side. And then I bring the whole shebang over to the sink, right? And then I just clean everything up from there and put it back. I literally remove all the water and just clean it all out pretty well, as well as possible, and put it back. All right. And I also, well, there's some stuff. I just throw away some of the lily pads sometimes, and just put in new ones. I think you have some new ones, although these look like they're in pretty good shape. But then I clean this, and I clean this as well. All right, so it's basically 3 types of foam here. There's this one, and there's this one, and there's this one is what I'd like to replace. Okay, so I go through and I clean as best I can all of the parts, wash them all up. I took the net here and went through and got rid of all the algae as much as I could through there. All this washed out. Cleaned the motor as best I could. I don't unplug that and bring it into the sink because that's too much. I just cleaned that motor right here. All right, and then the sink, I've cleaned these. I'll probably clean them a little bit more. And then these balls, I just kind of, I do that a few times until no more green comes out, right? Okay. Okay, there's a rock that's waiting at the bottom there, and then I just put all of it back in. All right, get all that in there, and then I fill it with cold water. Try to squeeze all the algae out, is what I do. Okay, now putting it back together. This has to go dead center. You gotta move all the stuff out of the way. The hole has to be kind of dead center so that the pipe fits through afterwards. This gets locked in there, right? And then I put the more nylon type stuff first, and then the black spongy one after that, and the green one after that, lining up the hole in the middle. I'm gonna order some more of this stuff. It comes in a roll. I'll probably just have it mailed to you, so you'll get a roll of this green stuff, because every now and then I swap out the green stuff, but this one looks still pretty good. I cleaned it really well. Then this clicks. Remember, it's got a click. Yep. Clicks right on there. And then this guy fits right down in there. You got to make sure it goes in pretty well without breaking it, of course, because it could break, but you got to really jam it in there. Not too hard, but pretty hard. And then this end goes, sorry, it's hard to do this and video at the same time. This end goes in here, obviously, and then the other just goes out into the water. Now I'm gonna lower it, but I need both hands to do that. So, all right, so I lowered it in there, and then wedge it in between two specific rocks, or three specific rocks here. And once it fills up, I still have to come back and sort of, sometimes I move the rocks to really get it wedged in there so it doesn't, you know, dance around or whatever. Okay, so it's kind of in there. And then I go and plug it back in. Be right back. Okay, plug it back in and make sure this thing is snapped into place. There you go. And then I just kind of center it. And there's this adjustment here on the side that makes this go up and down. I don't want it to shoot too high up, because then it'll just splash everywhere, but not too low either, so it's a happy middle ground somewhere. Yeah, and then I'm just trying to center it as best I can. I think that's all right. I'm gonna fill it up with some more water so the line goes up to there where the white is. That's the general idea. I'll still adjust it a little bit more. Hopefully this all makes sense.